Hi, my name is Chad Ellis, and this is my Patreon. Welcome to the page. I have some things to cover. Where to start? I guess the story. In 2016, I started writing a podcast called Station Blue, the Antarctic isolation horror podcast. It's meant to be immersive, to take you to the depths of Antarctica and put you in the head of this poor figure Matthew Leeds. It's about mostly the bipolar experience. It covers themes of gender. It is a horror story and a love story. I am the writer of Station Blue. I am the sound designer. I do the voice work on it. I do the promotion. It's kind of a one-person show at this point. I developed a lot of this show while hiking the Pacific Crest Trail, which involved living in the woods for 5 months, hiking sometimes 35 miles a day and scribbling in my notebook new ideas for Station Blue. I'm now one of those trash starving artists in Los Angeles. I'm currently in my house. This is where I make the show with a bunch of other creatives where we do all kinds of antics. Some of those will be working on the next season, but I'm looking at expanding, and season 2 is where we're expanding that. So if you've listened to season 1, you've noticed that I like changing things up from episode to episode, and I want to take that to a whole nother level with the second season. I know a story I could tell that would satisfy you, but I want to tell a story that's really gonna stick with you, which is where Patreon comes in. So what is Patreon? You probably know if you're on this page. It's this thing where you can donate anywhere from $1 up to a show that you like, do a monthly subscription style. That show gets that money and can put it towards the resources that they need to keep it going. Instead of the old days where one rich person would fund like 16 different artists, in this case 16 people will fund one artist, and it's really fantastic. So why become a patron of Station Blue? There are a few good reasons. There's a lot of bonus content. I think if you are a fan of the show who's interested in the themes and the thoughts that go into it, you'd be good joining up. I think if you're an aspiring creator of fiction podcasts or narrative storytelling of any kind, there's a lot of good material in there for you. If you like books, we have a book club. We're currently reading The Golden Compass, which if you've listened to the show, plays a pretty big role. And we're also doing a fan cast for the show itself. So to go through some of the things you can get as a patron. At $1, you get access to our Discord server. It's a private Discord just for patrons in which we all talk about books we're reading, shows that we're listening to. There's some really neat fan art in it. It's a nice little community. At the $3 tier, that's the thing most people sign up for. You get access to some really exciting stuff. I think one of the main attractive things is the behind the scenes podcast. It's the podcast in which I go episode by episode. I cover the scripts, the process of making the show, things that happen during the show. I get into the themes. I kind of get into spoilers for future stuff if you're into that kind of thing. It's great for people who are a fan of what goes into making the show itself. And also I think for creators who are interested in what the process of making a show looks like. If you're feeling really wild after that and you want more, $5 gets you my season notes. It gets you cuts of the audio I'm currently working with on season 2, and it gets you cut episodes. An example of something you can find now is we currently have the original first draft pilot of Station Blue fully produced. The first episode, it is a weird ride. $25 for you generous human beings who have $25 to give me. You become a producer of the show. At that point, you're making such a significant contribution that I can't not add you to the credits. Every 1 month that you're at this level, you get added to one episode as a producer. Put that on your resume. I will back you up. You can use me as a reference. I'll talk you up to the whole world. Ooh. Thank you for watching this Patreon video. I hope you'll consider joining. I think the things are up there. If you click on them, you can sign up for things or they keep moving them. It depends on what you're looking at it for. I hope you'll make friends with the other patrons over in the Discord server. And I hope you'll send me questions, like help engage. It's the best part of making this show is being able to get that direct input right off the bat and to make nice things for you, because I like making nice things and I like you and I want to put those two things together.